uh, I had paused the video. It only took me a couple of minutes. Um, it's on the prior step that I made a mistake. So right here, row 2 minus 2 row 1s is not -3, it's -5. And so instead of having to do this complicated step, I'm simply going to take row 2 and subtract row 3. And when I do that, I get 4 is equal to 16, of course, there. Okay, so that fixes it. Now, the next step, see, I missed the students in the classroom. Somebody would have caught me in the last step when I made a simple integer error. Okay, so let's roll on. I'm going to take row 3 and divide by 4. So I have 0, 0, 1, and 4. Now I'm going to take row 1 and add row 3 over 4, right? Because I've already worked that out. So I get 0, 0. And now I'm adding that. Oops, I get the 1. 1, 0, 0, and 2. And then for the middle row, row 2, I'm going to take row 2 and subtract row 3 over 4. I get 0, 1, 0, 3. And that's what we were expecting. So the x, y, z is 2, 3, and 4. Now, I feel a little silly for making such a simple arithmetic error. When I look over at my notes, I actually have the correct thing written down, but I was just flying along thinking everything was fine. And you'll find that when you do your practice, the same thing might happen to you, that you think everything is good and then you don't match the answers. Struggle through it. If we were in the classroom, I'd have you working in pairs or triplets so that you can help each other and double check each other. You can try doing that online as well. When I'm marking this, and if it was a classroom test, I would probably insist that one question be done using this method, row reduced echelon form. When you make this kind of mistake, you would lose a simple mark, 1 mark out of 6 or something, depending on the question, because that happens. But wow, it made the whole thing so much easier when I didn't have that mistake. But it was a simple arithmetic mistake. I did -3. I did 1 minus 3 instead of, I did 1 minus 4 instead of -1 minus 4. And that little sign error caused all kinds of problems. I was going to get an answer that wasn't right. So there we go. That's the end of the lesson.